Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing quite well today. I'm coming to you because this is the end of Black History Month, and I wanted to put up other things up there for Black History Month, but there are some things that I wasn't able to do, so I'm coming to myself, and I just want to show you one or two items that I have. But first of all, I want to do my scripture, and it's coming from the 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16 to 18. Therefore, we do not lose heart, but thoughts of our outer person is decaying, yet our inner person is being renewed day by day. For our momentary light afflictions is producing for us an eternal weight of glory far beyond all comparison. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are not seen are temporary, but the things which are seen are eternal. So we come and we're living in this eternal life. So those are my scriptures. That is my scripture coming from 2 Corinthians 4, chapter 4, 16 through 18. Okay? And so now I'm going to come to you. And I wanted you to know, today is, like I said, is the last day of February and the last day of Black History Week. And we also had another slave song that they sung, Waiting the Water Children. And the other one, Steal Away. I said, if you want, I'm not going to sing a song, but I remember a long time ago that when they were doing the Steal Away, it said, steal away home. We ain't got long. We ain't got long to stay here. So steal away home. We don't have long to stay here. But you know, that song had always did something to my mind when I thought about it. I know we come here and we all know that we don't have long to stay. But as we believe in God and know that God will take us from day to day, it just lifts up the soul, everybody's soul, I know. But in the meantime, that was just one of the things that I wanted to say. But during the days, there were many people we washed with old rub boards and had big old tubs of water, and we had to rub and scrub our clothes out on the outside and just do that's what the back in the day. I do remember that my grandmother, my great grandmother, having those old pots out there. And they took an old scrub board, which I tried to see could I find one to show it to him. But I couldn't find one. But I remember them putting it on top of old brick or old rock, and they would kind of warm the heat up around it to get the water warm, get it hot to get ready to wash their clothes. And they would pour all this water in there, and from the well at that time. They did have a well in the yard, but I didn't live where the well was. But I saw them do this. And when they take the old rub boards and they would scrub out first they would wash the white clothes, and they would put in some kind of Lysol light bleach and stuff, and they pour it all off in there. And they would make sure that they had the dirt out of the collars of all the shirts and all the things of that sort. And they kept on, and they had another old pot. They would put another old pot on the side, just like an old tin pail. And in the old tin pail, they would just put some cold water out of the well. And they would rinse all these clothes. You didn't have a different time to wash and do it. They used one water pail, but they always washed the white clothes. And then the white clothes was always clean when they got through with it. Because I was a little girl, but I looked at the white shirts and the tops and seen. And when they finished with those things, it was a blessing for me to see how some of those dirty clothes had really gotten pretty and white. And they would hang them on the lines. They had made on lines with sometimes if they didn't have a rope or anything. I saw one of them just take an old sheet or something, and they would wrap it around and around, and then they would hang it from one wire fence or one tree. Didn't have any fence. I don't remember seeing a fence, but I remember them putting it around a tree, and they would tie it from tree to tree. And if they didn't have the clothespins to put in there, they just threw them across the line. And those were pretty. And then they do the same thing when it comes to wrenching the color clothes. But they always took the time to wrench everything and hang them up. And those clothes were clean because when the wind blew, the clothes would dry, and they would take time to fold them up before they took them inside, if it was the kind of day. But the sun always kept those clothes. And they used to really smell good. Because I said, now, they put these clothes on this line. And I'm just wondering, how are these clothes going to get dry? And sometimes it would dry right away if it was a hot summer day. But if it was a winter day, sometimes those clothes stayed on the line all night long. And they would still be clean, and they would smell good the next day. But anyway, that's just the story of how they wash in on most scrub boards and rub boards. And then when it comes to taking the same old pot, okay, this Lift Every Voice and Sing was a Black Anthem song, and it came available in 1905. Was after the slavery days was over, and so it said, "I'm not good for is the tune, but I do a little bit." Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let us rejoice and rise high as the glistening sky. Let the siren sound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. All right. I know I don't have the music, so I did my best. So you all got the words. I'm hoping. I hope you all will get the words of what I'm trying to say, okay? So it's just the words that you have to lift up your voice and sing. And it was just like a song that was full of faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising of our new day begun. So let us march on. March on for victory. For we have won. Thank you for the victory. Now I'm coming back and all right. But I just wanted you to remember some of these things. But I had come back to tell you. Now in the day, I remember them that they put old woods and kindling and glass and everything on top of that old pot. And they used to lay a piece of wire across it. And when they laid a piece of wire across, then they would put a skillet on, and they put the skillets on. And these were like, I don't have too many old skillets or anything, because I've just deleted them from the few years that we've been here and there. I didn't ever think I would come into contact of using them anymore, in which I can't use these few. But here's a few that I've come available with, and this you cannot use on a stove that I have, electric stove. But now you can probably use them on a gas stove. But I don't have a gas stove to show you. But I just wanted to show you. These are some of the older skillets that was used a long time ago. And they were really used on whatever they could put them on. And they've been used so much until the handles have changed on them. And also the leather. Also the color has changed also. But a lot of things have been cooked in those skillets in many days. But these are the things that we don't know, that we're using what you call cast iron now. There are some people can still use iron with the real iron skillets. But in the meantime, they also used to come in with even though this was after the slavery time, even back in the early 1900s, people a lot of folks lived in little huts, houses and stuff. And they didn't have electricity, or gas running. So they used to, for lighting equipment and everything. I don't have many. These are some of the other later models that I had, and which years ago that I did sell. And I have a few of these left in my garage stuff. And these are what you call the coal oil lamps. And the coal oil lamps, these little globes will come off. I don't have any coal oil. I wouldn't put any in anyway. And you could always unscrew these. And you could put your coal oil in there also. And then you would light it up. Screw it back on. Light it up. And then you would just turn the flicker up and light it. And then you would put the top on. And then this would keep your lights in the house. But that coal oil smell, I do remember the smell. And I said, oh my goodness, I couldn't hardly take it because I wasn't for a coal oil lamp because I was always with electricity. But, if you stay there at night around it where they had when the lights would go off, they would still be on those old wood stoves and they inside the house or something where they would come inside and cook also. And that was in the late 1900s, early 1900s, I'll say. And they would come in and they used the old wood stoves, and they were still using wood stoves when I came up in the 40s also. They still had wood stoves in their house that they cooked on in the kitchen with the little doors that open, and they had instead of them saying a refrigerator, they called it the little things that they had in there, they called it an ice box. And the reason why they did call it an ice box is because most time they had to buy ice, and they bought it by the pounds, and they would use the top for it to the freezing your meat and food. But everything was so cured then that you didn't really have to put anything too much in the ice box or anything because it never spoiled. Because before they bought it from what they used to call the slaughterhouse, it would always be cured in a lot of salt, and that salt would keep it for a long time. You didn't have to worry about it spoiling or anything. You didn't really have to put it in the refrigerator either. Just put it in there, and you could lay it. They had it in what you call a cheesecloth. I do have a cheesecloth, but I don't have it with me today. And they would put that, wrap it in a cheesecloth, and just put it aside into some of these old metal boxes or something they used to have, like an old bucket or something. And that kind of kept things alive, and it kept the meat real good. And so when you got ready to use it, you just whack off a piece of your bacon or your ham or whatever, and you put enough in there to cook for your breakfast or your dinner if you're gonna borrow something, And this really made a difference. So, and they would open up that old wood stove and pull the door down and throw in some wood or kindling or whatever you want to call it, and light it up, and soon it would start smoking out the chimney, And you could just put anything. They put these old skillets on. I remember how they used to put the skillets on the stove, and they would put maybe a whole big old skillet full of eggs. They might, if it's a lot of people in the family, of course, they cook 10 or 12 eggs in a skillet and put it on top of that old wood fire stove and let it burn up. That little top, they had a little hook that they would take the little pot out, take the top off of the fire while it was burning. And then the other side, you could use it, but you could put the big pot down on that side because the bottom of the pot would fit kind of on the inside. And I can remember them would put something in there that what they wanted to boil their greens and stuff. That old big old pot would sit halfway down in the burner into this little, when you take the little top off of it. I don't know what you would call it. I can't remember all of those things. I just remember telling you how they did it and how it was done. So that's all I remember, is wanted to show you how it was done and how and what they use. I don't have any way to do it all completely. But I wanted you to understand that. And these were just the little things that I wanted to come to you. Because at the end of the Black History Week, I had planned on doing other things too. But there were things that I did not get done. So I wanted to come just to tell a little bit of the story of some of the things that I can remember in the years of the 40s that I was coming along, and those between my ages of 5 and 10 and 15, and 10 years old, I say. And those are the things that I do remember. And I'm hoping that you will think about those that may be coming close to my age. You all will know and recognize this, and some that may not be close to my age. But this is just something that I just want to bring to your attention because of Black History Week and because I wasn't able to do a lot of the things that I had planned on getting done. So I want to say thank you all to all of my subscribers. I thank you with my last at my 25,000 subscribers now. And I appreciate you all. And may God bless everybody that has subscribed to my channel. Because I come to you all with love from the bottom of my heart to everybody. No matter what creed or color, no matter what condition you're in, no matter whether you're homeless or not, I still love you all because God is love. And God sends me love, and I send love to the other people. Let you all know. That's why I am surviving on the love of God. And I want to say thank you to all of my supporters, all of my subscribers, all the ones that just viewing me. That's not those that just come in to wish me a blessed day or whatever. I appreciate you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. And I just want to say, as of February 28th, 2023, the last day of our Black History Month, I'm going to say thank you to everyone because it's nothing impossible. All possibilities are possible if you only believe and keep working, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many failures you make. If you fall, get up and start again. Keep on, because somewhere down there's a white lining that was lined up for you, and you will gain what you need. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, and it's a lot of work though. So I will say, God bless. Have a blessed day. This is Miss Lena, original from my it's Lena's Kitchen, but I may be in the kitchen, but today is the end of Black History Month. I'm sorry. I'm saying I'm trying to get off so my daughter can go. So I'm saying it all wrong. So Black History Month of February 2023. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Goodbye with all my love. Black History Month. Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you.